So I just couldn't help but share this. This is what I've been dealing with the last couple of days. My dad, who I refer to as my dad, but is actually my stepfather, and I refer to him as my dad because he gave me a lot of things and a lot of answers that otherwise I would have never had had he not been there. And one time when I was at the house up at Lake Almanor, we had come across this blue 64 Falcon that kind of caught my eye, so I showed it to him, and he looked at it and he said, "Man, that's nice." And he had not had a classic car. Well, he did have the Lincoln. Um, so he had the Lincoln. He had a kind of semi newer Bronco, but this was one that we kind of found together and we had talked about. And then when I came back home, I went to look at it and we talked about it, and we wound up buying it. It was local right here, so I picked it up and we just were on the phone for hours and hours about it, what we were going to do to it, and I got to work on it. I replaced the interior with the door handles and the panels, and I did the carpet. Um, I have some pictures that I did to it that I kept. I did the That's with the old carpet in it, but he wanted that old beach foot put on there, so I put that in there. And some pictures. I put the speaker grills, kick panels, put the radio in there, put new horn ring on it. There was me pulling the carpet out of it to replace the carpet. Seat bolts were stripped in one of the seats. Uh, put the new cut under there. That's what the new carpet put in. And now everything that I did to this, I would send him pictures, and then we would just talk for hours about, oh, that looks great. What are we going to do next? And I replaced the generator with a new alternator. The sill plates, I replaced those. Meanwhile, every time I'd replace something, I'd send him the pictures of the new one. He was always so excited to see the stuff getting done. There's with the new alternator. Got all new battery cables, and we just talked. There she is at Squeeze In, the only show that I ever took her to before delivering her up to Dad. Parked next to John's Mustang. I painted the air cleaner, got that cleaned up, got the new solenoid. I was replacing the battery tray, the starter. Battery tray goes in. Air cleaner went back on. Brownstone for some reasons in there. See how dirty the engine was. I painted the engine for him. I didn't tell him I did that. I was going to surprise him with that when I delivered it to him. Gave it a whole tune-up, put the new cap watt plugs and all that on it. And every time I did something, I'd send in pictures. The grill, I came up with the idea, but the black was scraped off, so I painted it a little bit darker blue. He liked that. I was excited about that. Got the header put on. Had to drive to the exhaust shop with an open header. Scared all the neighbors to death because the header went into the transmission cooling line, so we had to have the header re-welded out. It was going right into that line, so I couldn't hook up the exhaust. So we had to finagle it around. I was with the new exhaust put on. Put the 2-barrel carb with the fuel pressure regulator in. Whole time calling him, and he was excited, wanting more pictures. Give me more pictures. It was with the new 2-barrel carburetor with the new air cleaner. Put the chrome cap on, and that's just a lot of the stuff that I did to it and sharing it with him, and for hours talking about it on the phone. And it was kind of special because we had really something that we could both share. And I mean, the time we talked on the phone just for hours about it. So that car really, I just fell in love with that car, partially because I'd really not known much about the Falcons, but the more I worked on it, the more I kind of fell in love with it. And then because it was something that we really shared together. um, and for whatever reason, my dad's side of the family never really accepted my mom and my sister and me. I don't know why. I won't get into that. I mean, I don't know. I just, whatever. So when Dad passed away in October 30th of 2018, I I wanted that car because it just meant so much to me, and we were able to share it together. And he wasn't the most emotional person, so um, it was like me and him, we never really got emotional. But about that car, it just, we shared something that we didn't share with anything else. It was just the conversations, and what we were going to do to it. And to me, it meant the world. And because the family really didn't care for us, I knew that I'd never see that car again. But since his passing, probably I would say at least once a week I would look for it, just in the hopes that one day I might find it and be able to bring it home where it belongs. Um, and just a couple of days ago, I'm flipping through Facebook Marketplace, and there it is. It's for sale. My blue that I painted on the grill, the exhaust, the license plate, the sticker, the 170. He had to have that 170 sticker on the top of the air cleaner. I disagreed because it's sideways, but he wanted on there. The little Awuga horn. He had to have that Awuga horn put in there. So I put that when I went up to Lake Almanor one day. He had ordered it. I put that in. So there it is. I saw it. I found it. I messaged Brandon, told him what the car meant to me, and if we could work anything out to where I could bring that car home where it belongs. And the radio I put in, that's really a horrible radio. That American Auto sound, horrible radio, never did work right. So anyway, I sent him a message, and the first time I did get this is available. The second message that I sent about how important that car was to me. Brandon, by the way, is my dad's sister's son. I explained to him what the car meant to me and how much I would love to have it because of the special memories that it carries, and I got no response. So I at least wanted to know. I mean, I don't know if you saw the price, $20,000 for a '64 Falcon 170. It's insane. It's an insane price. Plus, it's got issues that I know about because briefly after I delivered it to him, it wasn't really touched much. So wouldn't even get back to me. So I did hook up with one friend, and he was able to get in contact with him and said he had told me that he wouldn't take less than $15,000 for the car, which also is an insane amount. I've been struggling with this because I want that car. I want that car to come home where it belongs, so that so that I can always have him with me, because I don't have anything. I don't have anything that I can look at. I don't have the money to get it. I don't know what to do. That car means the world to me. I thought maybe I would share this so that I could get it out of my system, maybe, because when you talk about things, it helps ease the pain of when things are not going well. I just really miss him. Our whole family misses him, and I can't even describe what it would be like to have that car home and be able to go every day, and I would see him. I would see him in that car. And there's no way I can get it. So hopefully this will help me kind of deal with this. But if anybody knows anybody that winds up buying that car, I know what they're going to do to it. They're going to try to pull out that little engine and throw a V8 in it and turn it into a muscle car. I wouldn't change a damn thing in it. I would leave it as is, as I built it. It would be the same car forever. So if anybody knows anybody that bought it or is looking to buy it, tell me, and I want to try to get it somehow, some way. I don't want to look for it again. I've been, like I said, once at least every week. I've been Falcon and I never see it, and then I just all of a sudden saw it, and so again, if anybody knows anybody in the car community that winds up getting that car, at least give me a chance to get it.